Welcome back, everyone. Going into the final here of roleplay Swan Song. I forgot a word there, but it's okay. We're gonna get through this final hour.
Just treat it like a Mad Libs. The final blank.
Yeah,
So-
that's
the
true.
final banana. So during this, the final banana,
Let's do it.
so you went to go see Mr. Patel at Sunbeam. That was the plan.
I think I gave him a call first.
Oh, you want to call him first? Okay, where are you calling from?
The ship.
Okay.
Does
All right.
Alfaris, did you speak to this guy?
No,
Okay.
Eric did.
I did.
And Peony.
Okay. Yeah, we give him a call.
Okay. Yeah, his phone rings a couple of times. You get put into a Sunbeam Omni Stellar phone tree that eventually passes you through to him directly, and he answers, and it sounds like he's outside somewhere. You can hear like some faint background noise, and he's like, "Yes, this is Patel."
I look over at Alfarius with very serious eyes, and then look back off into the distance. I go, "Yeah, this is Victor."
He says, "I'm sorry, Victor. Do I?"
Yeah, Kovacs. I heard you were looking for me. You came by the ship.
Ah, yes, Captain Kovacs.
Yeah.
This is about the Swan Song. Yes. Yes, I wanted to have a conversation with you about what happened in the docks. We've been trying to get a hold of you for some time. There's some, and I'm not sure what happened with the machinery, but there's a half-finished recording from what sounds like a drunk Aeson trying to change the ownership of the ship. The kiosk they were in seems to have been damaged, and I just wanted to clear up what's going on with the lease. I see you're well ahead on your payments, but the ship does seem to have sustained some serious damage, and I'm concerned about some of the modifications that you've made to it. Do you have time to come in for a meeting today?
Well, I mean, you just threw about 30 things at me, sir.
I'm sorry, yes, I've been trying to get a hold of you for some time. Your crew has been very difficult with me.
Well, I'm sorry about that. They run a tight. I run a tight ship, so I don't want them opening their mouths to just anyone, you know.
Yes, no, we at Sunbeam Omni Stellar are very sensitive to privacy issues among our clients, but when it comes to dealing with the issues of the lease, sir, we need to be clear. Do you understand me, Captain Kovacs?
Yeah, no, I got you. Listen, where can we talk?
I have an office. My address is listed on the card. I can send a car for you if you like.
I feel like this is a Better Call Saul offshoot, but it's Mr. Patel dealing with gangsters all the time. He's like, God damn it!
I like that.
I gave you a card. It has all the information.
I like flip the car back. Yeah, you know, I'm not too good with directions, so go ahead and send the car over.
I will. Are you at your ship?
Yeah, okay, yep.
Good. Stay there. I will have a car come and pick you up and bring you to my office.
Okay, good. Yeah, we'll see you
Thank
soon.
you for getting in touch with me, Captain. I will see you soon.
Yep, not a problem.
Okay.
And
right.
I look towards Alfaris, be like, all right, look, you got to roll with this, okay? It's Victor Kovacs. He was a crew member on the ship. I never got the ship in my name, so just keep that between us two, okay?
I understand.
Okay, yeah. And just don't talk when we're in there.
Roger.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, they got a car coming for us. We'll get that and go over to the office. So I walk over to the ship and just kind of like kick back, wait for it.
Sure. Sounds good. So, Piani, are you looking for anything in particular in the records, or are you just kind of like absorbing?
I mean,
info?
I guess there's probably if there's anything, it's like learn more about him as a bounty hunter, why he was after us, and any
So look at the
additional.
personal logs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would also say that I'm absolutely interested in things like what could we sell or anything else
Okay.
out of the ordinary.
All right. So, how are you handling the fact that the logs are all in Swahili?
How are you handling it, Adam?
I'm handling
Well-
it great. Feels
Oh,
good to
okay.
me.
Same answer.
I call Alfarius
You want him to like translate it for
on
you?
the comms, I suppose.
Okay.
I answer, Peony, I've been instructed not to talk in just a moment's time. What is it?
Then get back to me when you're done.
Right, it kicked in.
You can hear like a car pulling up or something like that.
I immediately ask Pi. I'm like, Pi, I don't suppose you picked up any Swahili from Alfarius since he's
No.
been on the ship?
No, unfortunately, Swahili didn't come into popular use on Andoni until long after I left. You can translate anything in Chandalian, though.
When'd you learn to do that?
Oh, I've picked up a lot in the last little while. It doesn't matter. Here and on the screen, several like basic kind of like auto translating like programs pop up. They say they're not going to be perfect, but you should be able to get the gist.
Okay. Let me run them through and
Okay. All right.
see what sort of great translations come out.
So make a I guess make a compute. Well, it's not even computers because you're just digging through stuff. You're making like a research roll. So let's take a look. It's gonna be intelligence in something. Yeah. I'll just let you use computers. That's the closest thing we got.
Okay.
Processing data from a computer.
Eight.
All right, cool. So you'll get not everything, but you'll get some interesting stuff. So yeah, you boot up the what looks like the least sort of sketchy. It's a like an Andonian program for translating Swahili, and you start going through, I guess, basically Bowman's emails essentially, and what you end up finding is like a correspondence between him and various clients for jobs, a lot of background about various people he's like hunted down and captured. It looks like he went on a tear picking up high beam pirates for a while. Like the last few months, it's all been that. And then he has a tip basically attached to a job file, and the job file is for you, for the Swan Song, for the crew. It has the photos from when you picked up the prefect or whatever, the Purity Initiative guy. So it's
Right.
that, and then there's someone sent that to him and was like, "Hey, I got a tip. These nerds are going to be on Vinaya. Go get them." But it's an anonymized message. To the point, like Bowman was like, "Who is this? I can't just follow every random tip." And the reply just says, "Someone who knows things and wants to see these people behind bars." And then there's all his plans for like setting out on the planet. There's the emails that he sent to the courier service to spy on you. Like basically the whole plot laid out.
And is there like any sort of last communication or anything entry in terms of like, I found them, come and get them. We should be worried.
I think in the drafts file, there's an email that never got sent. That says these. It's like this redneck and his crew are a lot smarter than I thought. This might not go perfectly. If you don't hear from me in 30 days, and then he didn't finish writing after that.
Oh wow! Is there at least 3 dots or?
Yeah, he didn't get to send it.
Dot.
Like,
So when was the draft saved?
It's like TH, and then that's it.
When was the draft saved?
It was probably like right when he realized that you'd traced him to his ship. So just like a quick email. He's like,
we're not like on day 27. We're on day 4.
This is like yesterday. He sent this. Like yesterday morning.
I make a note of that date. So if we would, for some reason, need to, email. There's nothing about like Pi or anything like that, right? Like nothing.
Not that you can find.
And who was does it say who he was corresponding with?
Not that person who he hadn't filled out the 2 like yet.
And there's nothing in the file from like where it came from.
No. He was talking to somebody who'd been like feeding him tips on like chasing you down. It wasn't clear
Okay.
who it was.
Okay. I suppose I send that to everyone on the ship, just so they know.
Yeah, the ship's logs. He kept the logs of the previous ship, so this like wasn't always the fulminate blade. It has logs from before, from the like cultural protectorate, and like this was a cultural protectorate patrol ship. So it's got all those logs too, and you you might be able to dig some stuff out of there, but it's a lot of data, and you'll need to really sit down and like go through it. All together.
Okay, so I'll need more time to go through it all. Okay. All right. Well, obviously, when I get that first opportunity, I want to do that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I figure you'll do it during like whatever downtime you have. You can just, rather than me tell you like here's 100% of everything that it is, you can just ask me things about it and be like, was there any information about this, or like how did he get this to happen or whatever? Because I'll let you know if it's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Eric, are you still trying to bamboozle the Port Authority, or are you gonna go back to the ship?
Well, like, I guess, yeah, once they're clearly non-bamboozled, I would go back to the ship, and then I'd say, they don't think we have legal recourse on the fulminate blade. We have to go to this place and have a diverting courtroom episode while we convince some stuck-up judge to give us ownership of this ship.
He says that to everyone?
I don't want to have that episode.
I think he's saying that to Piani. Like I imagine you went back to the ship and just kind of like walked in on Piani.
Yeah, I started to say.
Yeah. What should we do? I thought that this was a lawless place and we could just lay claim, especially since Bowman was trying to kill us.
I actually don't know the ethics behind it all. I mean, they're not stopping us as we take it off, are they?
Well,
we haven't really started, huh?
They are. They won't let me get close to the ship. Maybe there's a lawyer who could look into it for us.
I think if there's anyone who knows something about a lawyer, it'd probably be Higgs.
Yeah. I'll message him. I just get on the comms. Mr. Higgins.
So Higgs, you and Alfarius are in the Sunbeam Omni Stellar like car now, I think. It's basically like a hover limo. It's got a nice sunroof. There's some Sunbeam promotional hologram playing in there. You have like bottled water. It's a pretty nice ride. And then your comm starts to beep.
Yeah, I answer it. I don't say anything though. I just open comms.
Fox Mulder. Nice.
Yeah.
Hello? Mr. Higgins?
Yes, this is him speaking.
Oh, hello. Do you know a lawyer who could help us secure our claim over the fulminate blade?
Yeah, I'll have to get back to that in a bit. Yep. Can handle that.
Okay.
God.
We'll talk soon. Please don't call me ever again.
Boop. Mr. Higgins will handle it.
Does the driver look at us through the mirror or anything like that?
No, I think the limo's like auto driven.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't. Geoff, if you initiate conversation, I don't respond to you whatsoever. I just kind of like look off.
He doesn't talk?
Okay, good. Great. We're just silent the entire time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think we just cut to you pulling up outside the Sunbeam building. It's a pretty nice building. You have to drive through like a corporate's like security scanner as you go in. Like the vehicle does. You don't personally get scanned. It's got like walls, like perimeter walls with like weapons on them, but they're very like subtle and nicely appointed. There's a kind of an open yard area where some of the employees are like walking around. There's several display ships, so there's like a really fancy looking like space fighter, like the whole ship, like out on display in the yard, kind of as you drive up to the main building. And then it's like a really fancy looking office building with the Sunbeam logo, a big like stylized sun up above it in hologram form. The car pulls up and the door opens. And there's a man basically waiting there. He's talking on his phone when the car pulls up, and he closes his phone, puts it in his pocket. And as the doors open up, he walks over to you. It's the same guy I described before. He's wearing like a nice looking suit. He looks like well off, and he reaches out a nicely manicured hand to you as you get out. And he's like, "Captain Kovacs."
Yeah, let's go inside before we have this conversation. I just walk straight by him.
Okay, he just like looks at his hand, and then he looks at
I
you,
shake
Alvarius.
it. I shake it. I step up and shake it.
All right.
Big smile on my face.
Yeah.
I turn around when when that happens. I say, this is my master of arms. He's yeah. Let's go inside, please, sir. I don't like to be outside much."
he just gestures like for you to go ahead. So he rushes to catch up with you because he's been stalled by Alfarius, and the three of you walk into the lobby of this building. There's some like faint kind of like banjo-y like music playing somewhere, like emanating from the distance, and there's like a series of fountains. Yeah, like exactly the music version of dueling banjos somewhere.
Yep, I have the strongest urge to keep my foot from just tapping to the beat.
Yeah, the jazzy banjos.
But I hold it down.
God.
Yeah.
Ace and jazz banjo, awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like playing in the distance. There's again more like there's like big promotional holograms of like 1/1000th size dreadnoughts and all the sort of like Sunbeam 3201 collection on display in the sort of showroom. And in the middle, there's a big like glass elevator bank, kind of like honeycomb shaped, that's like sending elevators up and down. And so you're walking towards the elevators, and he catches up. He's a little like out of breath, and he says, "Thank you for meeting me. My name is Richard Patel. He's like a little out of breath. He's like, this planet's gravity is still a bit hard for me. If you'll excuse me. So I've been put on your case in the last 6 months or so to manage the lease, and everything has been fine, but I've been trying to chase you down so that we can have this conversation, Captain Kovacs, about ownership of the ship and the renewal of the lease, and as you know, and so you're like walking up to the elevators, and you stop at the elevator door, and he turns and he says to you, so the lease auto-renewed in January, but...
Yeah, Rich, I'm going to go ahead and stop you there. Can we please not discuss this information in public? I don't know who's listening or watching us right now. Can we wait till we get in the office, if you don't mind?
He looks right.
As he says that, Alfarius like looks around really emphatically. Checks,
Okay.
like he like marches ahead and checks around the corner and stuff.
Yes, of course.
Okay, good. Thank you for that. Just common courtesy, you don't know who's listening.
So you get in the elevator, the doors close, and they reopen, and we're in Patel's office. Like everything else here, it's made to look quite modern. Lots of use of holograms and clear plastic, like very sort of clean looking. He's got a big window that looks out over like an artificial lake that's been built in the Sunbeam like compound, and you can see there's like some speedboats like racing on the lake. And when you get in, he gestures to he's got his big like kind of curvy like modernist looking desk with like little hover chairs, and he says, "Please have a seat. Would either of you like something to drink?"
Yeah, just 1 second. Alf, can we get a perimeter scan just to make sure everything's good in here? I go up
Stands
and
up super upright. And goes off
I
to
walk
do it.
over to the blinds and just like make sure they're shut and shut the door, make sure it's locked.
Sure. Yeah, there's no like actual like physical blinds, but there's like a panel that you can like move your hand up and down, and it changes the opacity of the window. Okay, you want to do like an actual perimeter like sweep, or are you gonna just kind of like look around like?
Yeah, he's checking.
Okay. All right, make a tactics roll.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Tactics. I have a 2 in. I'm actually fantastic.
And make it with your wisdom.
8.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It looks to you to be like the window is like obviously like bullet and like fragment proof. There's no built-in like weapon systems in the room. You know, like nothing's gonna blow up or shoot at you. But you do notice there's like a security button like underneath his desk, like an alarm button. And you did notice on the way up here and in the lobby they have a lot of like plainclothes like security officers. And yeah, and that's sort of the gist of it. Did you have any questions about the office or anything you want to know?
No, mostly just kind of putting on a show.
Totally. Okay.
So after all that's, well, go ahead.
So while that's happening, is there a part of it that you want to change his opinion of you? Like, are you like in getting Alfarius to do that? Do you want to make a roll, like a charisma roll or something, to change? Because right now Patel is kind of like a little flustered and annoyed. Yeah. If you want to impress him or intimidate him, that's a thing that you could do before the conversation starts.
I guess before I make the roll, I turn to him and just say, "How'd you find a ship? This is very important to me."
He looks at you and he says, "It was in the paperwork, sir. Every Sunbeam Omnistellar ship has a phone home system in case of damage. We received a call. The Swan Song was gravely harmed recently, and head office sent me to take a look."
Now that can't be. When we agreed on this lease, a while back, I was told that was going to be removed and I'd be able to contact you guys, but part of the agreement was you'd never be able to contact us.
There have been some changes to the paperwork. You may know recently there was a merger with Ximenez Shipyards.
I heard about that.
During that merger, several clauses of the old contracts were invalidated, and as such, we grandfathered in Ximenez's new protocols. You were, I'm sure, sent an email about this sometime during that process. Perhaps check your spam folder. You'll see that it's there.
I'm nodding dutifully the entire time.
Like, yes,
when he says check your spam folder, I kind of just look straight at him and say, "Do you know what type of danger you put yourself in, bringing me in like this?"
He looks around. He's like, "I'm sure I don't understand you."
When he looks around, I look around too.
I say, "You know that explosion that happened down in the hangar in the space yard?"
"Yes, the one that caused the damage to your ship. I understand it was religious extremists."
"Well, that's what we've put out there. We're covering up."
Like raises an eyebrow.
Say, we're covering up something that I don't really want to talk about specifically, but we've been tracking someone for quite some time. It's a bounty of ours, and we've been very secretive and tried to remain secretive. But I guess you're able to find us. So, what do you need from me? Let's make this quick. I want to get out of here. I don't know who's following me here. I don't want to put you in any danger. I don't want to put this building in any danger. You never know. There might be a ship up in orbit right now targeting us. You never know.
He says, "Sure, sir, I assure you, you're very safe in this facility. But I appreciate your concern for my well-being. It's so rare to have these conversations with someone who is so even-headed. Often there's much more shouting. So, please," and he like gestures to the CD and he's like, sit down. I have just a few pieces of paperwork to go over with you, and then I can return you to your ship and send you on your way."
That's quite all right. I don't like to sit down. I like to be a moving target. It makes it harder. I just start pacing back and forth.
Okay. So he says, in situations such as these, when ships that are still under lease within a certain parameter of their final payment date become damaged in this way and trigger the Sunbeam Omnistellar Limited Emergency Safety Protocol system, we are notified, and it's my both duty and pleasure to offer you our services in repairing the ship. We have already, and he takes out a data pad and it shows like a schematic of the ship. Not as it currently is. Like, you notice the computer system is different, and some of the things have changed. He says, "I've noticed that you have damage in this, and this area," and they like turn red and start blinking in kind of a scary way. And he says, "I am authorized by head office to offer you a discount package on repairs if you would bring your ship into a Sunbeam Omnistellar official repair depot. We have several on this planet."
That'll be quite all right. We have more than capable engineer willing to perform and repair the ship. I think we'll pass on this, sir, but thank you. I appreciate it.
He says, "Yes, be that as it may, I have several pamphlets," and he like gestures, and the thing like opens up again, and it shows you some graphics of like really scary looking, like someone is asphyxiating in like a spacesuit and like a ship on fire, like little cartoons. And he's like, This information will show you all of the potential risks that your ship runs in having an unlicensed repairman attend to it. Please read them at your leisure. And he like kind of makes the gesture to like send them to your data pad. You feel your pad like vibrate.
Don't ever enter my data pad ever again, sir. Also, I'm just going to be brutally honest with you. I don't want any engineers of yours that I haven't checked out, background, profile checks, you know how it goes, get anywhere near that ship. You don't know what's on board. You don't want to know what's on board. You don't want to know who you've been dealing with in the past, because I don't want your name attached to anything for your own safety, sir.
He says, I understand. Thank you, sir. Thank you for telling me that and for appreciating my safety. I understand that several of our ships are in the process of engaging in some very dangerous activities. In that case, I would like to offer you some additional insurance on your ship. Would you be interested in talking a bit more about how we can further protect the Swan Song from damage and incurring costs in the future?
Look, Mr. Patel, is that correct?
He nods, yes.
Mr. Patel, I'm going to stop you right there. I do want to talk to you about one thing in particular, but all this other shit I could give no fucks about.
Zero.
There's a ship in the space yard that I think you and your people might be interested in. I'd like to use that ship against the debt that we owe and see if that could work out a deal. It's got a great armory on it. Fantastic ship.
He says, Bowman's ship, the Fulminate Blade.
Yes, that's the one. We struck a deal, me and Mr. Bowman. I just kind of like think back, picture his, whatever happened to him. I think Pi ended up killing him or something. I forgot the specifics.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That plays in my head, and we worked out a deal, gave him the ship, and we'd like to offer that.
Please, Captain Kovacs, let's be honest with each other. I know that Antaro Bowman is dead. He was a client of ours. The ship, it's legally debatable, but the ship belongs to us. Zimenez Shipyard built it. It was paid for nearly entirely by the Andonian Cultural Protectorate. The Protectorate, of course, as you know, is no more. So the ship belongs to us now. Though there is some legal precedent for a finder's fee for returning our lost property. Something that we could do to ease the transition.
Well, I mean, that's...
Is this something you might be interested in?
It's rather interesting. I did speak to Mr. Bowman before his passing, and he did sign over the entirety of the ship to me. I can have those documents presented by the end of the day if that satisfies you.
So what you're proposing then is to take over Mr. Bowman's lease of the Fulminate Blade and then sell us back the ship in order to both pay off the remainder of it and make a profit for yourself?
That is correct, sir, yes.
And he kind of like, he looks, he's like, I'll have to have legal look at it.
Of course.
Do you have proof of this? Some recording of Bowman documents showing that you've made this exchange?
I can have that brought to you later today.
Good.
Or send it over, whatever works for you.
He says yes. If you just and he kind of points at your data pad. He's like, you have my information. If you could just email it to me.
Yes, will do. Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. So he nods and says, good. Well, get in touch. And honestly, if there is anything else that we can do for you and for the rest of the crew of the Swan Song, please let me know.
Fantastic. Will do. I'll have those documents over to you later today, Mr. Patel.
He nods. Good. Good. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm surprised that this went as easy as it did.
He laughs and he says, I think you'll find, Captain Kovacs, that we're all just interested in the same thing. The only thing there is to be interested in. And he looks around and he says, the company did not grow large on being a charity. We all just want credits. And if you're making credits for us, then we're happy to help.
Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, well, it's good meeting you. Please don't ever contact me again for your own safety. I'll be in contact with you. In fact, here, I'll give you this number. Just, and I kind of start going back into Wilbur a little bit. Tell myself, let me give you this number real quick. Just send me a £sign if you ever need me.
He looks at it and looks at you. And he says, I will. Thank you, Captain.
Fantastic. Okay. Good day. We're gonna go
So
back to
you
the ship.
you start to walk back towards like his private like elevator entrance, and he says, Captain, there was one more thing.
I
And
just kind of stop, but I don't
you turn around and he says, when my associate Miss Kapoor and I were taking a look at your ship, taking stock of the damage, I noticed some unusual modifications to the drive core, some additional power systems, a very unusual foreign computer system. I would be careful about that if I were you. These things can be looked askance upon by some people. Now, of course, I'm certainly disinclined to mention it to anyone, but you should be more careful about who sees the inside of that ship. Especially now that there's a giant hole in the outside.
I just kind of have the words fill the air and just say, "Good day, sir." Walk out.
He nods to you.
Good day, sir.
Okay. All right. So you head out, and back at the ship, Eric and Piani, what have you two been up to?
What
I don't know that
have you
I've.
been up to?
Yeah, I don't know that I've had anything specific that I needed to get done. Like I wanted it. I was, kind of waiting, like looking at my data pad like every 3 minutes, waiting for a response from Hoveda. Even though, as far as I know, it's gonna take like weeks to go across system or whatever.
Totally.
Yeah,
It'll take at least a couple of days.
That thing that we all secretly do when we send a message and we're like, maybe they've responded now.
Yeah. 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 Waiting for a package to arrive. You're like,
Yeah.
I know the mail doesn't come today, but maybe.
Yep.
Okay. So you're just gonna chill out?
Yeah, like maybe I'd I don't know, go on to SpaceNet and like, spoogle impoundment lawyers, maritime impoundment lawyers.
Oh yeah,
God.
weren't we gonna ask? Oh,
We asked Higgs,
did
but
ask,
like,
yeah.
Oh my god, I just
He
love
did.
the idea of
he was
Eric.
like, don't contact me. And
I love
I'm
the
like,
idea of Eric looking up, like, because you know that the lawyers on this planet are all just like,
Yeah.
have you been injured in a space crash?
Yep, exactly.
Are you arrested? Have you been arrested for flying under the influence?
Well, I mean, I guess actually some of the actions would be dependent on Higgs sharing that conversation with us, right? Like a part of we're just waiting for Higgs. I
yeah.
think.
Well, do you want to, Higgs? Would you have like a debrief with the crew once you get back?
I mean, I think it wouldn't be a debrief. I would just go to Pion and be like, I need this. I need
Right.
documents saying that we own the.
Okay. Well, if y'all are just waiting for Higgs to get back, then let's just jump to that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I get back and we don't say anything on the entire car ride. We get back to the Swan Song. I, for some reason, talk to the car when we get out and say thank you, even though there's no driver. And walk under the Swan Song and go straight to Piani and, hey, we need you to do, you got to do something big. We need to be able to say that we have the lease for that other ship by the end of the day. And there can't be any fuck-ups. Is that possible?
Well, anything may be possible, Higgs, but I mean, how authentic do these papers need to be? Can a bill of sale be as simple as a napkin with a signature? Or does it have to be some sort of
No,
official?
I got a copy of the document here for the Swan Song. I'll show you that. You can do it up much similar, and it's got to be to the letter. These people don't fuck around. If they know that we're messing with them, the ship's not ours tomorrow morning.
Well, I mean, I can only do so much. I can duplicate it, but perhaps an actual lawyer needs to look at the document.
So, well, I mean, that's not an issue. I could probably find someone here on the planet.
In fact, wouldn't a crooked lawyer be even better than myself? Actually draft the document legitimately?
yeah, maybe some kind of criminal lawyer.
I look at Eric and just raise my eyes and look back at Piani.
You know,
I mean, Higgs, you have
Criminal.
to know 10,000 of these guys
Yes, okay. It would not be hard to find someone, but I trust you more than I trust those people, and we'd have to pay those people. You not think you can do it yourself? I'll find a lawyer for whatever it is that you and Eric needed on that call. I don't remember the specifics, but I think this needs to be done solely by us so that no one else knows. I don't want to owe anyone else anything besides what we already owe Sunbeam.
Given you have the documents, I can give it a shot, I suppose.
Okay. Pi, you think you could get us a signature of the captain? Would that be difficult?
The signature wouldn't be an issue. The problem is his biometrics. He's been dead far too long for us to get anything useful from his body. We could probably spoof it, but that's going to be really hard.
Well,
A biometric signature, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
would DNA classify as that?
Wait, I have a question. That's still an electronic signature in some way, right?
Yeah, it'd be like a
something
thumb
from his files?
It'd be like a thumbprint or a retina. Yeah, if you could find a copy. The only problem would be if they. Yeah, you could probably use the files that you have to help you find like a pre-existing copy of his biometrics.
I mean, that seems to make the most sense to me.
That's pretty much what Eric was wanting to do earlier, but he forgot that the ship was powered down. So,
yeah.
When you say biometrics, is it like DNA or what does that actually mean? It's an electronic signature of his own.
It would probably be in his case. Yeah, I think that like it's not so complex that you would need like a psychometric scan because that's a thing you could do. It would just be like a thumbprint, a retinal scan, and then probably like a code phrase or whatever to like confirm
Is it known
his
that
identity.
Is it known that that guy's a bounty hunter?
Yeah, he's a pretty infamous bounty hunter. I mean, not everybody knows his name. He's not like Constantine Fang, but he's pretty well known.
Okay. I guess while Farius is there, I turn to him and say, "Hey, what do we do with that gun of his? Maybe that'll help win over whoever wants to see this. If we have his prized possession."
I believe I have his weapon. I'm not sure which it is, but I took all of the TL4 weapons out of that armory.
Okay. Would you mind giving that up?
Of course not. I'll go get it right now.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Maybe that'll help, Piani.
do his weapons have like biometric, locking mechanisms?
Well, when you go to check it out, Alfarius, can you make a luck save for me?
Steven, you were that kid that asked your parents if they wanted you to clean your room, weren't you?
Hell no. God no.
What am I typing?
I don't know.
I pass.
Okay, yeah,
Nice.
sure. I think his sniper rifle, the handle has a biometric scanner that's meant to it won't activate unless he's actually the one holding it.
Maybe this will help you, Piani.
Definitely. Yep.
Okay.
Well, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I'll see you soon. Just kind of like walk off the ship. I guess I just go like stand in the spaceport and kind of look around at all the fucking mayhem.
Okay. Yeah. So it's been a day. It's like they've cleaned up the area, so there are like ships coming and going now. Most of the people who are injured have been taken away to either a morgue or to a hospital or home. So there's still some obvious damage, like the deck plating is like burned in places, but ships are coming and going. All the like neon signs, a big adverb blimp like floating by. Things have sort of returned to normal in Vinaya.
Okay. Is there still like the weird pylons around the other ship?
Yeah. They've got a like a little security perimeter put up around it. But yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I just kind of mosey about and look around while waiting for Piani to do her thing.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So, Piani, do you want to try and take a crack at making some false biometrics?
I would love to.
Okay. So what do you remind me again? What are you doing? Oh yeah, that's a good point. If you're bored, Higgs, maybe as you're walking around. Sorry, before we get to this, Piani, as you're walking around, maybe you put your hands in your like coat pocket, and you come up with the courier's that girl's card. what was her name? Stavropoulos, I think.
Oh, that was the one that was first here or whatever, right? That
Yeah, the girl that tased you.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then apologized for tasing you, and you're like, it's no big deal.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe that's the last thing we see of Higgs is like he pulls his card out. And you're like, oh yeah.
Okay, great.
Cut over to Piani.
Yeah.
So Piani, what do you want to do? Do you want to make the appropriate documentation, or do you just want to make like
the easy
an
part of
authority
this is like duplicating the document in terms of what it says,
key? Yeah, like a
who
transfer
it
of
goes
ownership.
to, right? So I mean, I probably just start with like that simple part because that's probably just literally like a copy paste, a few modifications here,
Sure,
double
yeah,
checking,
you just
triple checking.
find one. Yeah.
I guess the idea then is that I need to find his signature from the files, and then I need to somehow take like an electronic representation of that and try to digitally implant it into a new document.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So yeah, it'll take you some work, but you do have the advantage of the gun, which does contain some encrypted biometrics data, and like you can use it to check, and then also you have his files. So what you want to come up with is just describe what the document says, basically. What do you want when you finish this roll?
I mean, it would be essentially a transfer of assets, and you know, to the point where it's like all liability and all, you know, possessions within the ship and anything
like
the
a
cargo
nice.
and any existing orders and, you know, essentially everything that might encompass the ship itself.
Okay.
And then, you know, have the transfer or have the recipient be Higgs and or would it need to be Kovac?
Good question.
I guess I
Probably
need to calm
Kovacs.
Higgs.
Probably.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you'd clear it up with Higgs that you wanted to go to Victor Kovacs.
Yeah, Victor Kovacs.
Captain Victor Kovacs.
Right. And you know any other I don't want to put anything in there that would just like, oh, let's also add this part, you know, -% on our loan, like, yeah. You know,
Sure.
so I guess we just keep it exactly the same with just what's necessary.
Okay. All right. So the technical forgery and stuff, that's easy, but the like language part of it's going to be real tricky for you, I think. So it's going to require 2 rolls. It's going to require the roll to like actually make a convincing like fake finished document, and then the roll to write it in such a way that it like does everything that you want. So make a languages roll with intelligence first.
Oh, fuck.
And then make a computer roll with intelligence. And I'll give you a +1 on the computer roll. I know it's not the one you need, but
What language is this in?
it's not so much that it's in where I'm just gonna use language.
Oh, like language.
General.
I see.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
It should be like a language skill there. The language it's in is legalese.
Oh my god.
Okay, not bad. There you go. Okay, it's passable. It's confusing to you, but you base it on like reading. I think we just get Piani like staying up all night, just like looking at like other contracts and like getting in your head all like all this confusing jargon stuff.
Legalese. I know.
Yeah. This would be the like all nighter where like at one point you just like we see you like getting more coffee and like eventually there's like piles of like styrofoam coffee cups around you. You're like shaking your monitor and like trying to figure it out. And then you eventually like get what you think to be like a pretty good looking like legal document, and now it's time to like stamp it with the biometric sort of security for the form.
All right.
So this is a computer roll. You can take a +1 for this one.
All right. Based off of any attribute.
Oh, there's an actual bureaucracy skill. It's the same. Don't worry about it. The roll is the same, but there is actually a bureaucracy skill. It would totally be that. Anyway, this is the computer's part. So
All right. 9.
9. Okay, good. All right. So you got it. Seems like it's pretty good. It basically just says, with all the legalese and whatever, that the ship used to belong to Bowman, but he's transferred it to a Captain Victor Kovacs, and now Kovacs owns the ship.
All right.
Great.
Okay.
We done did it.
Okay. So you pass that along to Higgs, I imagine.
How long did that take me?
Oh, hours.
I mean, like, we
I
had
think,
to
I mean-
do it by the end of the day. How much time did I do it in?
I don't know. Let's see. You got a 7 and a 9. I think you finish it like in the middle of the night, like everybody's asleep, but it's like it's done. I don't think that there was like a specific time limit. but
Okay, well,
it's-
I immediately contact Higgs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wake up groggy.
So where do you wake up, Pigs? Where are you when this happens? Because you've got lots of options on the planet to be in different places. Where do we
Let's
see?
say I
Higgs?
wake up in a bedroom somewhere.
Okay, it's like some dark room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure where I'm at. I just know that I'm there when I wake up.
Okay. Yeah. So we see you get on the comms and we see a dark room that's suddenly illuminated by the screen of your comm pad, like vibrating, and then yeah, just this like dark, like this arm reach over and grab it and you pull it over to your face.
Yeah, what is it?
What?
Hello?
What do you mean, what is it? Told
Oh.
me to contact you immediately once I was done with the documents, and they're done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be all right over. I'll go take him in. All right. See you soon. I hang up. I look around the room. Where am I at? To my understanding.
You're just gonna leave yourself out there like that, huh? I can just
Yeah.
make it up. All right. I think you're in a hotel room. It's like a hotel room that obviously like someone has been like living in. Like it's got like obvious signs of like someone rotating through there. It doesn't have that sort of clean hotel room look anymore. Maybe you look over and there's a window, and out the window there's a like a big neon sign like right across the street. So it's like casting this incredibly bright kind of like pink light into the room. There's a like an empty bottle, no glasses around, but like an empty bottle of whiskey, like lying on the bedside table. I think there's somebody there with you. They're asleep, and unless I haven't got like a totally solid idea of it. Do you have somebody you want it to be? Or can I just throw one at you?
No, go ahead. I'll play with whatever.
Okay, all right.
Nipper's the courier.
No, it's perfect. It's not. It's so I think that as we like pan back, someone wakes up and she rolls over, and it's a girl whose cell phone you stomped on before. It's the intellect's like puppet, basically. It's like his body. And so you wake her up when you like sit up, and she like looks over you. She's like, "Are you going already?"
Yeah. Does he know or does it know when this happens?
She grins. She's like, "I don't know. When it's in control, it's like a fugue state. I don't remember anything."
Okay. All right. Well, have a good day. I gotta go take care of business. I just walk out of the room.
All right. Yeah. She just laughs, and you hear her like the clicking of her nails like on her phone as you walk out.
Yeah. And I go to the ship, grab the document, and
Okay.
either handle it. Actually, I would probably hand deliver it myself. I go to even if they're not open, I just go wait outside and wait for him to come up the steps.
Okay. So you're just gonna go in the middle of the night to
Yeah.
his office.
Yeah. So he knows that I'm serious.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that this, like the Sunbeam, the folks all live in the compound stuff. So you get to the door, you take a cab there or whatever, and you get to the door of the facility. There's a big like force field door, and one of the the Sunbeam Omni security cowboys. He stops you and looks at his watch. He's like, "Awful late for a visit. Something I can do for you?"
Yeah, I got a special delivery for Mr. Patel. I'd like to hand it to him. If he's not here, I'll wait outside, or if you would let me inside, that'd be fantastic as well.
"One moment, sir." And he like walks back in his little like security depot. He comes back out and he says, Mr. Patel's on his way down. Lucky for you, he's a night owl like yourself.
Fantastic.
He gestures. There's a it's like a all night like cafe or something across the walk, and he's like, you can wait there if you like, or kind of gestures around like it's a free country. Do what you want, man.
I got you. I'll stand right here. I feel closer, feel safer with you guys around. You're doing a good job.
Okay. So while you wait, he says to you, he's like, so you from Mesa? I hear a little bit of that accent in there.
I've passed through once or two. I got a ASIN on the ship, so it leaks every now and then, but nope.
He nods. He's like, yeah, that accent's infectious.
It is. But, I'd rather keep it to myself. I'm a private man. I'm sure you can understand that, working in the industry you do.
He nods. He's like, yeah, can I level with you a second, sir?
As long as you're not shooting me, yeah.
He laughs. He puts his hands up. He's like, oh, no, nothing like that. He's like, honestly, man, he leans in. The accent's fake. We all got to go through training to get it. It's part of the brand. I don't know. And he like points his cowboy hat. He's like, I wish they'd just give me a helmet.
I kind of look at him seriously. How far is the other guy from us?
You don't even see him anywhere like yet. You're just it's like the middle of the night, and it's like there's on Vinaya the day-night cycle is quite quick, but it's pretty quiet out here because it's not a big like traffic area. There's maybe a couple of people over in the cafe, but they definitely can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I just look at him and we all got our secrets, son. I'll keep that in mind moving forward.
He laughs and he says, yeah, well, thanks, partner. And like leans back against the wall. He's like, he's like, the suit will be down here any second.
All right, well, pleasure's all mine, son. I just kind of give him a good look. Just wait.
So after a few seconds we wait, and a little like service vehicle like pulls up, and Patel gets out, and he sees you, and he walks up to the barrier, which goes down, and he says, "You're very urgent, Captain. It's his watch. 4 a.m.
Well, Mr. Patel, if it's all right with you, I'd like to get this over with. Don't like being away from business. Hope you can understand."
No, I do. Absolutely. I appreciate your get up and go. So, you have the documents?
Yes, right here. Hand them over.
Okay, yeah, you hand him a chip. So he takes it and he puts it in his pocket, and he says, I'll take a look at them myself tonight. As soon as legal is open in the morning, I'll have them look at it. I'll give you a call.
Well, I'd be happy if you didn't, and you just send me a pound sign. That's...
Right. Yes, of course.
Need anything else, let me know.
He says, no, just as long as you keep paying your bills, which I'm sure you will.
We will. You have a good day, Mr. Patel.
I will. You too, Captain.
I would, I'd pick up security if I were you. If people know we've been together, I'm sure they'll come knocking. Gotta be careful.
And he looks at the cowboy that's standing there, and he says, I feel very adequately protected. What is it they say? Fastest gun in the West? Though the West of what? I've never known. And he shrugs.
Well, that guy over there, hope he's good at his job, but he just told me it's all an accent, so keep it for what it's worth. I just kind of like walk off down the road.
Yeah, the dude who like obviously overheard that just watches you go, and he's like, you asshole. Awesome.
I just walked down the road.
Should we close there on like Higgs just walking down the street in the neon glow?
Yeah, maybe it's the sun's coming up.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds great.
There you go. All right, cool. Let's do some shout outs and get out of here. Wheat, we always start with you.
Great. Thanks for tuning in. Great to be back. I will be continuing to play The Witness, and I've been drawing a lot on my stream lately, so I'm returning to that as well. I don't think I really have anything else. If you're in San Francisco, man, heed the warnings. The Super Bowl shit is real. There's more people here than the city is ready to handle. Probably not, but there's just a lot more. We'll see you next time.
There you go. Aren't you doing that gig on Saturday or something like that? Has that been
I was
promoted?
gonna say something, but then I'm like, I don't know if that shit's been announced and stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm doing something on Sunday with some pre-Super Bowl shit with a bunch of Twitch influencers.
Yeah. It'll
Thank you for that jargon babble, Wheat. That was great.
There you go.
it's gonna be nice and dumb. I'll make sure.
I
I'm
know you're
watching.
not gonna watch sports ball, so tune into this, and if anything, you will laugh at how
Hey man,
crazy
it's
of an
okay.
idea it is.
Sports is
Yeah.
a game.
Wheat says crazy. I turned it down. It's gonna be real stupid. You want to watch it? It's gonna be real dumb. But there you go.
I'm stealing all your jokes, by the way, JP. I just hope you know.
You should 100%.
I will.
100%. Steven, do some shout outs.
It is good to be back. I'm super excited to be back into the Swan of Songs. I thought chat's Papa Swans was really, really good earlier, so
I like
high fives to you, Chad.
That's canon. That's in the. We're gonna start a pizza.
Yep, Papa Swans.
Papa
Alright,
John's presents RollPlay Swan Song.
Yeah.
Check me out on the internet around at places. I am at Silent Osiris, the O is 0 in all the places. Here's my cat. She's loud sometimes. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it, but she's cute.
I just thought it's like an album.
The other reason that the other reason that PAX South was really, really fun for me is that I was showing off Roller Coaster Tycoon World, and we got some really great responses. So, like, follow my Twitter to see me retweeting the articles coming out of PAX, and hopefully more information on that soon. That's all from me.
Awesome stuff. Geoff, some shout outs, sir?
Yeah, just
With the
as always-
X-Files as your background?
That's right. You guys will hear X-Files. Just thanks as always for everyone tuning in. It felt weird to not remember how to roll stuff, so hopefully we can be more consistent, which I'm sure we will. And that's just it. Tomorrow, late at night, I leave for Las Vegas, where I'm playing in basically the Super Bowl of Warhammer tournaments. Really, really fun. And it'll be streamed, so I will... Not every game, literally, because it's 350 players, obviously. But I'll be tweeting out links to that if that interests any of you guys, and any support would be thrilling to them. Like, if they have 300 viewers, they'll be over the moon, so they'll be easily happy if we can do more than that or something like that. It's really interesting and cool. There'll be shoutcasters talking about it as well and interacting with the chat. And then I'm back Monday, and I will be streaming XCOM 2 until my head falls off, because everything I've seen about it looks amazing. I love the update, love the style, of the sound, everything. So excited to play it.
Awesome stuff. Thanks for being on the show. Last but not least, Adam.
It's me. I'm Adam.
That's actually okay. Sure.
Is it me now? Is it me for? There it is. Hi. Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'm so very glad to be back. I missed the Swan Song. Big ups to anybody who came and said hi at PAX South. It was great meeting you. I am, unlike everybody else on the earth, probably going to take a break before XCOM. I'm doing Darkest Dungeon right now at twitch.tv/Adam Koebel, but I'm going to play Firewatch, because that game looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, that
that
game
looks really
does look
good.
badass.
So it's
I'm
coming
excited
out
as well.
on Tuesday, and I'm going to stream the shit out of it. So I'll do that, and then I'll play XCOM. So we'll be doing Darkest Dungeon till then. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter. It's Skinny Ghost, and I have a Q&A thread up on the subreddit right now if you want to go and ask questions about silly space accents.
There you go.
That's
All
it.
right. We'll let you guys know when we're doing the next episode as soon as possible. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on RollPlay Swan Song. We're out. Bye-bye.
Adieu.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.